this one. I had a stroke.
In the last segment. We thought she did.
Got you right back ticking on the right.
Turned out she just needed another sip of her coffee. She's back.
Here we go. We'll get to Antonio Brown's next team in just a minute, but first, here we go. Houston's Daniel House jumps from outside the key to soar in for the dunk.
Man, another one of these finds by Daryl Morey. Not a lot of people thought Daniel House would be a rotation player on a good team in the NBA. Daryl brought him in. They asked him to do exactly what he can do.
I thought Jenna was going to say he jumped out the house.
Oh, that would have been good.
I almost did, yeah. Celtics Nets. Jaylen Brown drives down the lane, delivers.
This was part of a near amazing comeback by Boston. They were down 27 at one point to the Nets. The Nets hold on for the victory. And then Jaylen Brown, after the game, basically says, "Hey, Kyrie, quit talking all that stuff, bruh."
Jazz Pistons. Utah's Rudy Gobert posterizes Andre Drummond.
Oh, no. Man, I thought the big man game had left the NBA. This is old school here, Jenna. Back in the, oh, no.
Oh, yeah, toss it down low.
Not when you were covering it that long ago.
No problem. Toss it down
Allen
low.
Iverson, that's about as far back.
Eat that, Drummond. Stifle Tower gets you.
Duke, Syracuse, Zion doesn't give up, perfectly times the block.
Look.
Nick, how did you watch this game? Because you know your school is Syracuse.
All right, so
But Zion is your guy.
I was rooting for exactly what happened. For Syracuse to somehow win, but Zion to have a big game. And that's exactly what happened. I watched this game, though, I got to say, the last hour of my radio show, probably not the best work of my life because this game was on simultaneously. Little multitasking going on.
Hughes' Elijah Hughes launches a shot from the other side of the court and nails it.
I audibly yelped when this happened. It made no sense to people listening to my Nick Foles take. But regardless, I was so excited. I was so excited when this happened. This was a great win for Syracuse, coming off a terrible loss to Georgia.
Oh, this was needed.
Oh,
the game that goes to overtime.
Absolutely. They needed that 70-footer.
You want to play in or out?
I'd love to.
I'm so excited.
Oh, wow. What is?
Here we go. We begin with Heisman winner Kyler Murray, who declared for the NFL draft yesterday. In 2018, he was drafted 9th overall by the Oakland A's to be an outfielder. That's baseball. Nick, you in or out on Murray having the tools to succeed in the NFL?
I very rarely root to be wrong. I hope I'm wrong on Kyler Murray, but I've got to give an impartial analysis. I'm out. I don't think he's tall enough. Oklahoma tweeted out, their SID, I think, tweeted out. Everyone's talking about Kyler's height. Man, he measured 5'9" in socks. If I was Kyler, I'd be like, yo, bro, chill, man. Like, don't be putting that out there. He would be the shortest successful quarterback in NFL history if it works out. So it's only because of the height. I like his arm. I like his elusiveness. The height is the concern.
Jenna, you know, sometimes because you operate off a vision board, you know, you cut out these pictures and you put it up there, and Jenna's like, I'm going to visualize this and I'm going to go get it. And I always try to tell kids, sometimes you might not, whatever you're supposed to do, somebody might not be doing it. So I believe someone's going to do it. But is it him? I believe he does have the talent and the offense that he came from after Baker Mayfield. It gives me the confidence. New influx of college coaches or college style coming to the NFL. I'm pulling for him, Nick.
You think this is if there was ever a time in NFL history for it to be done, it's right now.
Now is the time,
with these types of coaches and the college style.
Who's the shortest guy in the NFL right now, quarterback?
It's Russell Wilson.
Okay, so no one did it before Russell
Drew
Wilson.
Breezy.
Sure.
Fran Tarkenton.
Yesterday, the Jets introduced new head coach Adam Gase. His success will be tied to quarterback Sam Darnold. Darnold's had an up-and-down rookie season, tossing 17 touchdowns and 15 picks. CC, you in or out on Darnold improving under Gase?
I'm all in improvement. But Coach Gase, I'm going to give you a little tip. I've done a lot of media interviews and everything. Now, you either need to do this. You need to get either that Deion Sanders, Brian Urlacher treatment will get you some hair, or you need to wear a cap for all your press conferences. Okay, so I'm in. I believe his offense. I believe he's going to add to Sam Darnold, but I'm going to help you out on that press conference. You trying to help out Sam Darnold? Let me help you out. Wear a hat or call Deion.
He's the only man in America that watched that press conference, and his reaction was Gase's hair. Like, people had other reactions.
I mean, his eyes and everything, too, but if he's got a hat on, I'm not going to see the eyes all the time.
Okay, fair enough. And you know what? Listen, I'm a guy that sometimes people might say have a little odd movements, a little odd eye movements. Sometimes you got a lot bounce around in your brain. You're a little scatter-eyed, so I don't blame it. I'm not going to hold that against Adam Gase.
So you're telling me that your brain making you weird and jerky and quirky like
what else could it be?
It's gotta be the brain, can't be anything else. Moving on.
I'm in. Listen, I know people in New York are not very high on Adam Gase. I thought he did the most that he could do with a very limited quarterback situation in Miami.
Yes.
I think he will help Sam Darnold.
When Tannehill was healthy, he won.
Don't turn on him yet, New York. He's been here 20 minutes. Come on.
Yeah, and I live in New York. It's a lot of odd-looking people in New York.
Oh, come on.
Yesterday, Jerry Rice said that Antonio Brown wants to play for the 49ers. Niners haven't had a wideout go over 1,000 yards since Anquan Boldin in 2014, while AB has done that for 6 straight seasons. Nikki, Winter out on the Niners trying to trade for Brown.
And this is, for the team perspective, perfect fit. It's your biggest need, and he is arguably the best in the world at it. Like, you got to give Jimmy Garoppolo some help, and you got to give Kyle Shanahan some talent on the offense other than George Kittle to work with. So I am absolutely in.
George Kittle is an amazing tight end. Man, if you don't, go watch some video of George Kittle. You put him and AB on the same field because Jimmy Garoppolo is going to need it. They don't have that big type of running back. They do have the salary cap space, and I just believe he's phenomenal in short space. He's a great route runner. Now, he will occasionally forget a play and do some freelancing, but that's been known to happen with the wide receivers, with the species of wide receivers. So,
oh, yeah, we know.
Yeah, have him on the team. And also this, as he gets older, I believe he transitions. Make him a slot receiver. So I believe he can play a long time in the NFL at a high level.
People just shouldn't forget, he is in the argument for greatest receiver ever under 6 feet tall. He's on that very short list, if not at the top of it. He's a great, great player if he gets his mind right.
All right, and last we have Merrick Dolage of Syracuse, who's listed at 180 pounds. He decided to take a charge from Zion Williamson, who weighs 285 pounds. CCU went around on taking a charge from Zion.
Oh, absolutely. If he's dribbling the ball, I mean, I got to. If he's at the top of the key and I'm inside the lane, I'm not going to try to block his shot. Of course I'm going to get in front of him. That's why they make the rules. That's why you read the rule book, dummy. I ain't going to try to sit there and try to throw my body in front of him in the air that I can get embarrassed. Taking a charge, there's nothing embarrassing about taking a charge.
All right.
No, absolutely. I'm in.
As the great philosopher Ludacris once said, get out the way, man. That is a 285-pound freight train coming down. Dolezal, you got my build, bro. Like, what are you doing? Boeheim complimented after the game.
Tried to put his chest and hips into it.
No, man. No. That is it. Listen, as I've been saying, of course. And by the way, this charge stuff, you know how I feel about this. That ain't no real basketball.
That's good basketball. It's smart for a guy who claims to be smart, because it seems like you would know the rules.
I do know the rules. I don't like this rule.
What other defense do you have right there?
Right, you either go up to the rim or you just say, you know what, sir? You earn this point. I'm getting out the way. This little charge stuff, it's a dangerous play. He got his sternum all dented in and stuff. Zion didn't even notice him coming down like...
Well, first of all, he'd have to go to the gym, lift some weights to build find a sternum.
No, the sternum's... You don't need to lift weights to find sternum.
The sternum is no good till you put some pecs on it. Well, what would you know about that?
What would I know about that?
Talk to me.
Talk to me. There we go.
Buys and tries.
Coming up, how much pressure is on Carson Wentz to live up to Nick Foles? Talk to me.
Jenna gonna get me